Planet Earth still has a few secrets. This one is the deadliest. A strange phenomenon in a remote forest region is about to escalate into a frightening global mystery. In a desperate race against time and the Earth itself, it's winner take all, and the fate of humankind hangs in the balance. The world's leading earthquake scientist, Dr. Allan Martin, has been given the task of explaining what connects the Great Pyramid of Giza with the recent increase in tremors, which seem ever increasingly centered on this monolithic wonder of the ages. From his high-tech research compound near the pyramids, Dr. Martin has a front row seat to the most astonishing event in history, Earth's static phase. In an unforgettable story like no other you've known, Blue Sun by J. Anthony Burke will inspire you with courage and admiration for the human race, and may even transform your beliefs about the planet Earth.
I haven't heard from my son. It's 3 weeks past the date he said he'd be in.
That made the ranger blink hard. That wasn't right.
Dan?
The ranger's face went pale. Martha nodded quietly. She was sobbing now.
Have a seat, Martha. I'm going to get you some coffee. Cream only, right? Here you are. Try to calm down. I'll radio Box Creek.
He sat down at his stack of high-powered radios and selected the appropriate microphone.
Box Creek, this is 110. Come in.
It took perhaps 10 seconds before someone answered back.
Yeah, Chief, go ahead. You know Dan out there in the log cabin?
Of course I know him. Why?
Yeah, well, his mother is in my office now. He's 3 weeks over to show. You want me to start calling around to other stations?
No, just get a search party and move out towards his place right now.
Copy that, Chief. We're on it.
Martha, I'm going out back to start the airplane. You try to relax and finish your coffee. Would you like to come up with me? The more eyes, the better. Sergeant Jeff Williams stood looking around his department, trying to think what he may have done differently. Somehow, the rules of police work weren't working, and it was happening on his watch, all the way out here in the boonies. First, he had gotten a call from that forestry ranger station out at Orion regarding a possible hostile situation down at 110 station and some missing persons reports from the Box Creek region. Then he never heard back from the ranger at Orion, so he had made some phone calls, thinking it was something domestic, and had sent a team of 2 special constables down there to check out the situation. They never reported back. So he had sent a 5-man unit down there to find out what had happened to his 2 constables. They also never returned. Now he had sent his 10 highly trained tactical officers, complete with helicopter support, down there to kick some. And then, his eyes were moving left and right involuntarily as he thought it over in his mind. Then I can't reach any of those people. And what was it out in those woods, taking down his troops? Regular unsuspecting constables might make a mistake, get into trouble they can't back out of, but now there were trained specialists, plus air support, who were simply gone. Always a thorough man in his duties to the customer, he now had only one thing left to look at: the mysterious, faulty compass belonging to his neighbor friend. Tom still reckoned his beer theory might explain the whole thing, but he'd check it anyway. He stopped his ship right on top of the spot called Bob's Island. Thomas Marina, experienced Navy veteran, had never in his life seen anything like this. The compass he had brought out to check accuracy on really was out, but so was every magnetic compass on his boat. His ship's navigational package included an excellent GPS center. He'd used this many times as a known reference to check the accuracy of magnetic compasses. According to GPS, his vessel was pointed straight north, 0, 0, 0 degrees, but the magnetic compasses all read 334 degrees, exactly 26 degrees out. For 2 hours, Tom checked and rechecked his findings, moving his boat here and there. By the end of the day, he was fairly sure he needed to contact somebody important about this. Monday, he thought, he'd phone the CO of his old Navy unit. The company he worked for, CSRC, had in effect been ordered to study this region of the world in an attempt to understand the obvious rise in earthquake activity, which seemed ever increasingly centered around the three pyramids. The government of Egypt, faced with the tribal beliefs and ritualistic behaviors of the people of that region, had found themselves backed into a corner regarding public unrest over the tremors, or wrath, as people had been calling it. Egypt's governors, moved by the dissatisfaction of the people, had appealed to the American government for scientific support and, hopefully, disclosure of the entire mystery surrounding the earthquakes and the ancient monuments, which task was proving to be much more of a challenge than had been expected, and had led to the rather expensive recruitment and relocation of the world's top-known scientific mind in this field of research, one Allan Martin of Harvard University. So now it was his job to finally put an end to the mystery of the Great Pyramid of Giza.